Welcome to the Bot Signal. If you have come to learn about bots, what you can do with them, how to use them, best practices, indeed, you're in the right place. But let me tell you this, I'm broadcasting many places on the internet right now. And so if you don't find yourself right now on the Black Belt Bots page, go to the announcement, go to the post where I made the announcement for the show, click on that link, and then that'll take you right where you need to be so that I can see all of your questions and comments because I love your questions and your comments. Well, most of them. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day out there. I'm working on something pretty big over here, and I want to let you know what that is. First, though, we're going to kind of cover the topic of the day is why is now a great time to get into bots? Now, I do want to first up say that this is not one of those fear-mongering attempts to get you to jump on a bandwagon of some kind because you're going to miss out on some cosmic occurrence that will put you at the top of the pile forevermore if you just push that button right now. And if you push it in 5 minutes, you'll be forever, on the bottom of the pile of nobody knows your name. This is not one of those things. I think really strongly, for me, I believe that if you're ready and just a couple little things are holding you back, maybe we can talk about that today. And in fact, hey, if you're in that situation, start throwing stuff in the comments for me so we can have a conversation about it. But this is not one of those, oh my God, unless you do it now, you're going to miss out forever. Shouldn't you have jumped on websites when they first came out? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we've heard this 10,000 times before. And you know what? It's not always true. I speak as a person who's jumped on a lot of bandwagons to nowhere. I am a technology person. I love trying out new technology so that my small business owner friends and clients don't have to. And I have jumped on an awful lot of bandwagons in the past that have never come to anything. So if you're currently being pushed, way farther than you want to be pushed toward doing this thing, don't do it right now. You don't have to do it right now. You're not going to miss out on some huge ship that's about to leave the harbor. That is not happening. Bots have been around for 2 years now. They first got released about 2 years ago at the Facebook Developer Conference. And they that was 2 years ago. About 1 year ago was when they started to be kind of popularly available. People would start to kind of know what those things are. And then for the last year, every major and minor social media conference out there, keynote presentation, bots. So now everybody's hearing about this thing. It's been around a little bit, and it's going to be around for a long time. We discussed my opinions on that last broadcast, but I want you to know that you don't have to get on this bus right now or miss out on an entire fortune. There's no ground floor of anything. I don't want to mislead you there, but I do want to talk about if you are just kind of on the edge of doing something like this, and some stuff might be holding you back. I just want to talk about that today, and talk about why now is a great time to get into this thing. Barbara's here. Hey, Barbara, how are you? It is lovely to see you this afternoon. So very good. So let's move on. Let's move past all that fear-mongering crap that nobody likes to hear anyway, and nobody really believes down deep. And let's move into 3 reasons why now is a great time to get into bots. So first one, something we've talked about a couple times on this show, is that in a bot, it's the first marketing opportunity that you have to really be you. Now, video has taken us a long way, and live streaming has taken us even further, right? Live streaming has taken it so that not only do I get to express my real, actual personality, yes, darlings, this is exactly what it is. Not only do I get to express that, but the people who watch this self-select into that's That's a personality. That's a perspective that I share. That's a personality that I like. Bots break this down even further. It breaks it down even further into, folks know that it's a chatbot they're responding to. They're not confused about that at all. Well, hopefully they're not. Best practices say you should always let them know it's a chatbot, baby. But people bond with that. People bond with that chatbot. People bond with you because when chatbot is written really well, it feels like that chatbot is there for you when you have a question, when you kind of go off script and start doing things that are a little bit different than most people do, when you're not following the big main street of what's happening in that bot, and your chatbot comes in with an answer to a question right just in time. What that starts to do is it starts to establish trust with people. And you know and I know that the real deal here is that you can't educate someone on anything without trust being there. It's like scattering seeds on a parking lot, baby. Nothing's gonna grow. So in the chat bot, just by the way that questions are asked and answered right away, you start establishing trust. You start establishing yourself as an authority or an expert on the particular topic you're talking about, and you begin to have some mad results. Mad is a good term in this case. Anyway, Barbara says, doing good, thanks. So excited for the class tonight. I am so excited. You don't even know. I may be readying the tutu. I can't say at this time, but I'll be readying the tutu, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the class coming up here as well. So you can really be you in a chat bot, and in fact, the more you are, the better it is. The more that you're establishing trust with that human being, because here it is: when you take over a conversation. Chatbots have the ability to deliver automated messages, these certain messages at this time, these messages if people ask a question. That's all automated. That's all great. But that's really only half of the story. The other half is when you come in and take over the part of the conversation. Maybe you're going to invite this person to meet one-on-one outside the bot with you. Maybe you're going to invite them to a webinar or something like that. When you come, maybe you're just answering a question, but when you come in and start answering questions and interacting with people, and you are the same person as you have always appeared to be in all of your advertisements and in your chatbot and all that kind of stuff, that establishes trust with people even further. It just turns a little key in a lock. When people meet with me, they are not surprised that I've got green and purple in my hair. When people meet with me, they're not surprised that I'm a little quirky. And that is absolutely on purpose. I want you to know who you're working with. I want you to know my perspectives. I want you to share in some of that before we go on a little adventure together, because writing chatbots is totally an adventure. We'll cover that another time. So very good. You can be you. You can talk like you talk in a chatbot. There are a multitude of things you can put in a chatbot. You can put in text. You can put in PDFs. You can put in those little GIFs, and you can put in video. I really love it when clients put video inside their bot, because it gives people a chance in little bite-sized increments, little bite-sized bits, to get to know who they're going to be talking to. And that, my friends, is awesome. I talk to a lot of friends about this kind of concept in marketing, and Barbara would know this probably more than anybody right now, is that in marketing, we are taught to think about everybody in a funnel. Where are they at in the funnel? How can I get them into my funnel? How can I get them to the next step in the funnel? Why are they in the funnel and not doing anything? Funnel, 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 funnel. And we tend to build products and craft services to either get people into the funnel or to advance them down the line to a sale. And that is, you know what? That's really, it's great thinking, okay, but it ain't everything. It isn't everything, because there are some people. I'm not calling it a funnel anymore. I'm funnel busting. Hashtag that. I'm funnel busting, baby, because it isn't all about who's paying me right now. It is about who can I serve the best? Who would I be able to serve outside of a client capacity? What are the possibilities if we were all to band together and help each other through this thing called entrepreneurship? What would happen? I think the roof would blow off, but that's just my opinion. Barbara says, oh yes, only focused on conversions. That's, and when we're thinking about marketing, we're just thinking about conversions. And so that's why I hesitate to call this messenger marketing, because I don't want to trip that trigger of, okay, how are we thinking of people in this funnel? I am not trying in my bot. I am not trying to funnel people. I don't want to take all of these different people that have laid their eyeballs on the bot, or maybe heard me on a podcast, or maybe you're catching a couple of seconds of this live stream right now. I don't want to take all of those people and funnel them to the exact same place. That's like opposite of what you do in a bot. In a bot, you collect all of these different people, figure out who they are and where they come from. And maybe they're good for this particular, category of messages, or maybe they're, people that you just need to reach out to every once in a while, see how they're doing. Or maybe they're people that their business interests sort of align with yours in a way that you can kind of maybe join hands and walk the road a while together. They could go to so many different spaces. Why are we all trying to herd everybody? And I use that word intentionally, into the same spot. I'm not doing it anymore. Funnel busting people. It's back to old-fashioned one-to-one relationships. It is back to one-to-one. It is back to, is this and the more crazy that we get sometimes with all these different marketing methods, I think the more there is a need in people to return to looking at people's eyeballs and shaking their hand. Now, most of my clients shake my hand virtually, but my chatbot shows them who I am way before they get into contact with me. A live one-on-one meeting of some kind. So think about that. Think about busting that funnel mentality, and think about getting to know the people that are in there. Think about getting to know what their needs are, what their wants are, what their questions are. Maybe they're not even in the right place. I've had people land in my chatbot that are not even in the right place. And I can tell by their answers to questions that I put out there, by certain things. I've got clues that tell me this person needs not me, but someone else. And I'm not afraid to get into my chatbot and say, hey, I think you're looking for somebody else. This is that person's name. And I'm not afraid to do that. You know what? There's plenty for us. There's plenty for all of us. We just need to maybe stop thinking about in this linear fashion of everybody I gather needs to go to the same place, and that is a conversion and a sale. And if it's not happening like that, then I'm doing something wrong. I need to throw out my model and I need to do something completely different. Maybe not, my friends. I'll tell you a story. I've had a couple of conversations this week with friends of mine, with clients of mine, and we've been talking about we've been talking about the concept, and this is very, very helpful when you're first building your bot. Okay, we've been talking about the concept of the MVP, they call it in Silicon Valley, which I am not from. They call it the MVP. It's the minimum viable product. Okay. So what they do is, a lot of software builders nowadays will build the kernel, the central kernel of what absolutely needs to happen. And then they'll run out there and test it with a few people. And then they'll come back and say, okay, let's make these changes to that. And then let's add one feature. And then they do the same thing. They run it up the flagpole, see what flies, make revisions that are needed, and then they take it back down again and they go, okay, I'm going to add this extra feature, right? That's how they build software nowadays. They used to do it way differently in the olden days. The olden days, that's so funny. Anyway, they used to do it way differently, but they found out that this method is a heck of a lot better. So when I'm thinking about me and when I'm thinking about my marketing and what I do and all of that kind of stuff, I'm no longer thinking about the funnel, how are we going to herd people into one place? What I'm thinking about is how many conversations can I open? How many people can I talk to figure out, the general, demographic, or the people who are interested and respond to my product, my personality, my services, whatever it is. And I think about that core. I think about that core offering of services and the marketing that I do around those services. I think about the core of what works. And then I test it out. I use my bot to do this. And then I run the flagpole back down and revise. And then I put another layer of stuff on there. If that went good, this will be better. I'm not following anybody else's plan. I'm not, the 7-point blueprint to success. I'm not doing any of that. I'm looking at what I do best and what I have uniquely to offer the world. And then I'm going, okay, how can I build on that to make it more accessible to more people so that I can get more people in conversations, figure out what they want. That's how I'm viewing it for me, because this is really, bots are totally new ground. And that's in my second point, which I swear is coming up. Anyway, I'm going to catch up here. Yes, in your live streams, let us know you like, you trust you, and then add in your bot. It's a win. It's a win for building true, long-lasting client relationships. And, maybe you are not a person who wants to develop a relationship with your client. Say you sell one-off products. Maybe you need to sell 80,000 t-shirts for a big, huge event that you're doing. You're looking at getting into a tiny relationship with somebody long enough for them to buy a t-shirt, get a t-shirt, be super happy about it, and rave how cool this t-shirt is. That's not a long time. That's not a deep relationship at all. But most of the business owners that I know, and particularly the small business owners that I know, we're looking at, where can we build a relationship that's going to be solid and that I can trust and come back to for years to come? And how can I build that with my clients? And how can I get a hold of people like that who do other services for me, right? The people that I hire or the people that I do business with. So that's where most of our heads are at, because, with those inch deep relationships, it takes so very little to make somebody go, I'm never going to do that again. Easy come, easy go with a lot of those inch deep relationships. I'm looking to build relationships that are a mile deep. I don't care if it takes 10 years to get there. It probably won't. But it's not on a time frame. It's not on they should be in this part of the funnel by now. I am looking at an imaginary watch, people. Anyway, very good. So the more you are, the more you are, the better it's going to be. The better people will know exactly who and what to expect. And that is really important nowadays. People feel pummeled over the head by marketing. People feel like somebody's going to bait and switch them at any second in marketing. What you want to do is be able to say what you can do and then produce a little bit of that in a short period of time. And then keep going. Say, this is what I can do. produce a little bit of that, gain people's trust, and be worthy of that trust. Also, it's probably another broadcast, but be worthy of that trust. And you'll be able to stay in business. I know being an entrepreneur is tough. I certainly have had some roller coaster rides with it, and I know that this kind of marketing is what appeals to me, and the other kind of marketing, the funnel stuff, it just doesn't appeal to me at all. And for a long time, I wondered if am I going to make my business work if I'm not aggressive, if I'm not beating down people's door, emailing them every 48 hours because you've got to stay on top of their minds. If you produce value to people, you don't have to worry about staying on top of their minds. So Teresa's here. Hello, darling. Hey, RJ, just an FYI. When I clicked watch live today, it took me to a weird recorded video. Well, I'll have to check that out, darling. I must have put the wrong link in there. That does happen sometimes. But I am so glad you're here right now because, it ain't a party without you. So, so that's number one. Now's the time because you can really be you. It's the first time we can really do this in marketing, and it's an excellent opportunity. Second reason it's a good time is because this is a young technology. We're all, don't let me fool you. We are all throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. It is the Wild West out there. And so now is a perfect time to get in because there's no one that can say, do this and this and this and to follow this exact formula and it will work for you. No, listen, I'll give you all the best practices you could ever want or need. I'll give you all the suggestions. I'll give you a structure. I will hold your hand, but I will never say this is exactly what's guaranteed for success because nobody knows what that is yet. And by the way, even if someone did, technology changes too fast. It just changes too fast for us to be able to get a hold of that. So this is your opportunity to experiment. It's okay to get things wrong in your messenger bot. I know, and you can quote me if you want. It's okay to put something out there and then go, okay, that wasn't exactly it. I think I'm gonna revise that. You can revise this thing as fast as you can revise a PowerPoint presentation. If you've ever worked in PowerPoint, real similar to working in ManyChat. There's a couple of more, connections and stuff that takes place in ManyChat. But honestly, these are things that can be changed by the hour if you need them to change by the hour. So it's not a problem to experiment. It's not a problem. And ManyChat also has a spot where you can do A/B experiments. If you don't know what that is, that's this. You will send half your traffic to this one sequence, the sequence A, and then you'll send half your traffic to sequence B, and you see which one performs better. It's something that they use a lot with websites testing, with landing pages and things like that, pages that you land on and click to sign up for something or whatever. A/B testing is available with bots so that I can see which thing are people responding to more. I can put a video here, just put a flat image here, see what happens, and then kind of, build on what works for me. Instead of listening to this is what you should be doing from everybody else. So it's a great time to experiment. It's a great time to be able to say, you know what, I'm just going to roll something out there. I'm going to see how it is. That's, if there were any one recipe for success, it's that 20 minutes per day part. I can share with you all the technological fabulousness that ManyChat can provide for you. And darlings, It is fabulous. We can talk about technology all day. And in fact, on Fridays, Kim Boltzmann and I do that on the Nerdy Girls Geek Out channel. We're up and running tomorrow. So it's going to be a great show too. We got some cool things planned. I could nerd out on this stuff forever. The technology of it matters less than your willingness to sit down and communicate with your people and see what's happening and be willing to tweak it until it becomes the most awesome that it can be. Because again, nobody can tell you, oh, I've decided this chatbot sequence is going to work for you. Hey, nobody can do that. If people are doing that out there, I need you to turn the other way and start running. I would do that myself, because it's not fixed yet. It's not fixed in the universe. This is exactly what you need to do to be successful. So to take advantage of that, there we go. That's one. Hey, Moshe, is Moshe here? I'm so grateful. Asking about the class tonight. Well, that could not be more perfect of a transition, because my third reason why this is something that you can take advantage of right now, that now is the greatest time, is because I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Listen, if you've been thinking about doing this, you don't have to wonder about it and plan about it and, agonize. I agonize over things. Listen, you don't even know. I agonize over the tiniest little things, and I'm just gonna hold back from getting into that, whatever that happens to be. I am either a go like hell or let's take a nap this afternoon. I got two speeds, everybody. And with technology, I'm like that. Either I'm jumping full force into the pool, or I'm like, and I'll just come up with reason after reason after reason. Here's the truth. We all make decisions to do or not to do things based on our emotional response. And then we back that up with facts. We do it in dating. We do it when we interview people for certain jobs. We do it all the time without really noticing that. And that is, I think, one of the big reasons why, sometimes things look so daunting, is because I've taken all of these facts and I've built, this wall of, oh, this isn't going to work for me. You know what? I've done that so many times and then had to break down the wall. So let me tell you, there's no reason to necessarily hold back. I've been working on something that I think is going to be really great. We're holding it tonight. It's the first bot shop. First. And I say first because if it works out real well, I'm just going to do this every month, because I want to support people who want to stick their toe in the water and get wet a little bit and then make the decision. I want to support people getting into this, because I think that's how great I think messenger marketing is. I just want to be there at the edge of the water, dragging people to shore. And if they want to get back in the water, that's okay. But I've always been a teacher, and from the first grade people, seriously. And I want to, what I'm presenting tonight, the bot shop, it's going to be 3 hours long. We're going to start at 7 p.m. Central. Recordings available if you're just not in the, if you're halfway across the world, like some of you are. I'm going to go 3 hours. We're going to sign up for a ManyChat account. I'm going to share with you some best practices that have made my bots a heck of a lot easier to manage. You're going to love those. We're going to write a reminder sequence. And this is like a show reminder sequence. For those of you who produce content on the regular, videos, live streams, podcasts, blogs, web series, don't care what it is. If you produce something on the regular, a bot will help you, A, get more people in the seats to consume the things you're producing, And B, it'll allow you to communicate one-on-one with those people. See what's going really well, what could be better, what kind of topics people want to see. Maybe you'll find some people to interview or something like that, or collaborate with in your very audience. I know it's happened to me several times. So this bot will allow you to get closer to your audience and grow a bigger one. And I'll also teach you how to do reminder broadcasts that will help engage people into the content that you're producing. So whether Teresa, I know you're in education. I know that Barbara's in insurance. I know that, many of you are in different industries doing different things. But this is kind of what really brings a lot of content creators together. We always want more people to the content, and we always want to know that we're producing something that people really like and that they'll come back to. And how do we know unless we get feedback? And it can't be necessarily feedback from your 5 best friends. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of doing this. But if I'm producing something, I really do want to get people's opinion of, is this right? Is this interesting? Could this be better? That's one of the huge things that drives, I love doing shows. I absolutely do. I do shows and podcasts and everything else all the time. And it's a beautiful thing. But I want to know how I'm doing. And I want to know from objective people who have nothing to lose by telling me. And honestly, you ask questions in a chatbot, people will answer in a thoughtful manner. Why is that? We'll go over that real quick because that wasn't necessarily the topic today, but I find this fascinating and I need to share it with you. People answer truthfully and honestly in a bot in a thoughtful way. Like I will get a 3-paragraph answer to an open-ended question. Why? People perceive that it's a one-on-one. They're not writing a comment on a Facebook post that other people are going to see. They're not writing something that could become public through some weird glitch at Facebook. They're not writing something a crowd of people will see. They're writing something that one person will see. And if that person is not necessarily even all that well known to them, so much the better, because they can honestly respond to someone that they perceive as listening. So that's number one. It's not a public thing. But number two, the way that stuff is presented in a bot, most surveys, they come with a lot of questions or whatever. People look halfway down the page and go, I'm not going to do that. When you present the questions one-on-one, just one by one, then it's a lot easier to focus and manage those questions when you're a person who's answering them. So my response on these little, these questions that I send out sometimes has been outstanding. It's allowed me to fine tune what it is that I'm doing. So anyway, I got off on that. That was a little soapboxy, everybody. But occasionally boxes of Tide are important. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing tonight. I am wanting to open this up to as many people as possible. Honestly, there is enough, if you come to me one time and then you go, I don't want to do that again. She's just not for me. I want something that's a little more of this or a little more of that. That's totally okay. But I do want to do this workshop. The workshop's $97, 3 hours of me. It's going to be entertaining, people. And we're going to go over step by step everything that you need to know. You'll walk away with that show reminder bot. You'll walk away with ways to engage your audience. You will walk away with best practices installed before you even start. You won't have to uncover the landmines that I have uncovered sometimes. And yeah, it's going to be a great workshop. So do think about joining. If you'd like to, hey, it's startyourbot.com. Just type in startyourbot.com. You'll be taken right to my bot and you'll get more information about what we're doing. You'll be able to ask questions and sign up if you so choose. So do think about that. What time is that Eastern? Very good. So it is 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll be 8 to 11. If we go that long, which I assume we will, but 3 hours long is what I'm planning for. So very good. Barbara says, okay, good. I'll be sharing feedback on the class because I have no clue about using bots. That is great. That is great. Sometimes the bane of every technological person's existence is the fear that when they're presenting, they're gonna shoot way over people's heads. It's just gonna be this free for all of crazy, and they're gonna, that's always my thing, is that I want to communicate the concepts. I don't want to explain every last tiny little detail of everything. I want to communicate it in a way that people understand. And sometimes with technology, you even have to kind of go outside technology to make it something. You have to do the analogy thing. This is like this, and so that's really, really important. So I'll be really interested in your feedback, Barbara, because I want to teach at a level that communicates. This is not, you're not writing a test after this thing. I'm not trying to, flunk anybody. I'm trying to communicate the best that I can. So very good. Nerdy Girl Fridays. Yay. I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Very good. Franco, hello, and thank you for joining us. So we're just talking right now, Franco, about how now is a great time for getting into box. We've kind of covered 3 points about it. And none of it is that fear mongering. You have to get in it right now or else you're going to miss the bus and nobody's going to love you anymore. And why don't you just go eat worms? That is not a reason to jump into bots right now. In fact, avoid people who talk like that. The first reason is you can really be you, or in your case, Franco, you can really be Pedro. The second one, it's a great time to experiment because this technology is really young, and so you can make mistakes and it's not that big of a deal. And number 3, if you want, I'm going to help you. I just talked about the bot shop that's happening tonight and invited everybody who wants to come. And it's going to be a great time. Guarantee. So very good. That is, in short, what is that? All right. That's why I'm the chatbot queen. There needs to be a tiara happening somewhere. Very good. Let's see. Franco. Oh, me. I have no idea what you were saying, but I love it. All right. Barbara says, I better get in a nap soon so I can stay up in class. My bedtime's 9 p.m. LOL. Totally. Well, and there's going to be a recording that comes out as well. So if you do need to cut off early or whatever, you'll be able to catch all of it because it's all going to be good. So yes, who has a question about bots for me? Could be any question. I'll take anything. I love to talk. And it's one of the banes of my wife's existence. But I love to talk. So I will talk about anything bot related. And I would absolutely love to do that. If you've got a question, drop it in there. If you have got, I can say why you all need the bots. Franco, please do. Type it down in there and tell us what your experience has been. Franco and I work together on his bot, which is Pedro Bot, which is fabulous. And we've been doing some show promotion and doing the exact reminder bot that we have been talking about today, in fact. And that's been a great experience on my side just because working with Franco is awesome. I mean, get yourself some Franco if you possibly can. But tell us in the comments, Franco, why, or if you would like me to send you a little link to be a guest, I would love to have you. Sometimes it's nice to get somebody on here besides me. Very good. Oh, we all love Pedro. Oh, I love Pedro too. Just gives me flashback of that movie. Anyway. Very good. So, if you'd like to be a guest, let me know. Type the word guest and I'll send you a little link. And speaking of The Nerdy Girls. Tomorrow we're gonna have a little show at 11 o'clock. We've got a surprise on that show. It's gonna be a great time. We hope y'all will come. And then Franco is going to be with us. So how could that possibly be better? Gotta spice it up. So that's going to be a really good time. Okay, you want in, Franco? Let me send you the guest link through actual messenger, because I don't have the thing set up that Steven does. By the way, if you want to type live to get reminders that have the correct link in them, please do that. Messenger. I cannot look and type at the same time. I'll send you a link here, Franco, so that you can come on and join us. I would really love to have some feedback from you. And yeah, so tomorrow, doing a thing with Kim, and doing stuff with Kim, by the way, is always super fabulous and a lot of fun. We're actually going out to breakfast tomorrow to chat about some things, and because obviously Nerdy Girls is taking over the world, right? So we're also going to a conference in Phoenix together in the beginning of September. We're going to be making some plans for that. We've already got our flights. So we are, world takeover. It's really benign world takeover, everybody, but it's really just a step away. Franco's in the lobby. There he is, baby. Yes, I'm going to invite him up onto the screen right now. He's coming on, everybody. Jason
What's
Franco.
up?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Doing good. Trying to get over this heat thing that I did earlier today with the client, but yeah. I get to come over here and get my live stream fix before I go home.
Very good, sir. And I am so very glad to see you. How have things been progressing?
So bots, yes, okay. I'm gonna, you know me. I'm gonna off the top of my head, but I'm gonna be honest with it. I had that moment where I was like, do I really need to continue doing this? This is, you saw it because you were helping me with it. It was trickling by, and overall numbers, it's still kind of a trickle by, but there is a consistency that's building. And to me, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as just like everyone else, we have bills and obligations to pay. I always weigh out my pros and cons to see, am I doing the right thing right now, for my investment, my ROI, whatever you want to say. And sure enough, I have to say, even though I did hit a period where there was doubt, because I truly did, last stream, it started to really just be consistent. And I even see people that have already subscribed to the bot, resubscribe to the bot.
I know, right?
I think that's a little confusing for people, and I'm sure we can. It's my end that I should explain it. For the people that have been there, that have already subscribed for it. But basically, in short, it is worth the effort if you're serious about what you're doing. That's, just bottom line. You have to say, okay, is this a hobby or is this something I really truly want to build? Then you're looking at a guy that's weekly paying ads for Google Ads, getting a very small trickle for that, but it's not even consistent. There's ups and downs.
Yeah.
The bot is consistent because I'm doing my part too.
Well, you are. And those, if you think about it, the comparison, and ads are always a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I run like campaigns on my page. Kim Boltzmann does this for me. That's really good because Facebook ads is not an area I'm skilled in. But what's happening is that the folks that you get back in your bot are folks that you can talk to. The people that click on your ads aren't necessarily ever going to make it into a conversation with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's the opportunity. What did Catherine say? I do that. Resubscribe to the bots.
Oh, yeah. So, Catherine, let me explain because I can do this more adequately myself. When you're getting reminders for a show, there's no need to type live in the comments so that you can get reminders. They're already coming. You are on you're in a stream of them. There's no need to resubscribe every time, and you're not by any means the only person that
Oh
does
yeah,
that. There's a lot of folks that do that. I think it's just because bots are not really super understood at this point, and
sure.
that's okay. Yeah,
But you know what? But you know what that shows? Because I saw Catherine jump in on my bot. Whenever I say my bot, it sounds kind of dirty, doesn't it? But it doesn't mean that. I'm sorry. It keeps on popping in my head. I'm like, God, it sounds like we're
I know,
talking
right?
dirty.
It does that
It's
to
like,
me too all
hey,
the
get in my bot.
time.
You know?
Check out my
Sorry.
bot. What?
Sorry. ADD. But to see that people are still re-engaging, it's like even though that little concept of you're already subscribed is cool, but it's to me, it's like as the creator, as a person that's trying to do these streams, I'm like, that is a cool thing to see the reoccurring engagement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's confirmation. It's me looking on that. Should I really continue? And I'm like, yeah, I should give this some more time to keep building because the trickle is consistent, but the engagement is definitely there. I have a quick instant. If some people have stopped in the middle of the bot, I can text them real quick. I can jump in and just communicate with them, and they can basically tell me off, or they can start a conversation.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It is, and it sets up something in my mind, Jason, too, about one click on an ad and versus one person subscribing um is not nearly the same. It's not nearly an equal weight. And that's what's really interesting to me because I've paid for ads in the past before I got Kim with me. Uh, just burning money, you know what I'm saying? And you probably went through a period of burning money for those too.
Oh, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it because I'm still in that mindset. Okay, I got to do it. I have my business now. When I say this, I'm doing it for ads. I'm doing it for my company. That is the bread and butter that puts the roof over the head right now as I'm building up contentmakers.net. If that's where contentmakers.net is supposed to be, so that's still in the trial mode. That's still in the, Franco's having fun doing this. This is his passion. He enjoys sharing. That's the here. Now, when I say I'm buying ads for the company. And
Okay.
even though it's a jagged little pill to swallow sometimes, I'm still in that mindset of, okay, I got to get ads. Now, I need to eventually shift that over to bots, but I need to look and weigh my pros and cons if the bot communication is within my demographic or my ideal client. So that's something, that's what I mean by ads. That's the day job with Safe House. But yeah.
So the full umbrella there is that content makers is kind of a subsection underneath the bigger offering of Safe House. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's my little baby, my little love child over here on the side that I get to play with. Jason, talk to Kim. I have, and Kim is doing some work for me now.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, okay, I gotta say this. My little Mexican soapbox. I have to jump on it. You and Kim bring a level of professionalism, and this is somebody who is very, very observant. Because let's face it, we're talking about having to fork stuff out of our wallet and give to other people. You and Kim bring a level of expertise and professionalism that is really rare to find. I'm going to share the stupid move that Franco, as my wife would say, Jason Matthew Franco, has done in the past recently. And I will never do it again. So there is a agency right down the road. I should get my camera and point it at it and just show you guys. I'm not going to do that. But part of their name is the moon because that's basically where the price was at. It was all the way out in the moon. They were an agency that was going to look at my brand, because I said my brand needs some TLC. I need some clarity when people go to my website. I'm talking about Safe House. Well, this way. When people go to my website, they need to know exactly what I do. And I was still getting people that would go to a website and say, you got an awesome website. What do you do? Okay, my brand's not clear. First got a quote for them, $12,600. They were basically going to look at everything on my website, give me a questionnaire, the whole nine. Now, these guys deal with large clients that obviously have budgets that director's supposed to spend the money. I mean, we're talking about VF Wrangler, big clients. So I said, hey, I'm a small little guy. Are you willing to take me on? Yes. $12,600. I said, can't do it. Just no, out of the ballpark. Long story short, I bought $7,600 for a PDF of 10 pages of stuff I already knew. When I say you guys bring a level of professionalism, it surpasses what they had to bring me. It was, I can see from someone who has spent money, hard-earned money, and it's like, wow. When Kim has approached me on how she's going to take care of my copy and my content on my website for Safe House, blew me away how she broke it down. When you and I brainstorm and go over things and it's executed, it's very abnormal. And right now, if people don't take advantage of you and Kim on your availability now, they're going to regret, because your prices are going to have to go up. Because the more you take on, the more you're going to have to get more of a working format and things like that. So if you people are not jumping on now, and I sound like I'm on my Mexican soapbox because I am, and I'm 6 foot Mexican sharing here, that you need to take advantage, and that sounds bad, but it's true, of the opportunities you guys have now with the Bot Ninja, and also speaking on highly on Kim.
Yeah. Well, I can't say enough about Kim, because I've been in her group. She has a membership group that I've been in for about a year now. Cup of Content, it's called, and or a cup of content, as she's always reminding me. She used to be an English teacher. Comes on back. Anyway, I've been in this group for a while now, and I'm constantly. Okay, I don't need any primers on here's a new technology, RJ, go look at how it works. I don't need any primers on it. This morning, you'll be interested to know this. Jason, I'm glad to have you here. I know that this isn't bot talk, but did you know that if your podcast is on Spotify, that you can take a broadcast of your podcast and you can put it through to Instagram stories and have people listen to it.
Instagram stories.
Yes.
As audio. So what's audio there on the image?
So what happens is folks click on the image. It's the cover image of your podcast. And then they click on upper left-hand corner, and they're taken through to the Spotify app, which then plays your track.
I gotcha. That's very, very cool. I talked about this. I just made I'm already however many days behind on my podcast for iTunes. I talked about this specifically today. What you just did and what you just said is the right direction for any content creator. You're a content creator.
Yeah.
You create contents for your clients, but you also are, you just applied thinking outside the box. You went from bots as your forte, and you also said, oh, by the way, there's this. So us content, it's kind of funny that you said that, because I literally just hit stop. I was like, oh, RJ's on. And I hopped over here. And people that are developing content for their brand, for their clients, whatever, we got to think outside the box, because all of us have additional gifts besides our forte of whatever we're into. Yeah. Just thought I would throw that out there.
Well, it's an important thing. I mean, I'm always this week it's been the obsession, my friend, with event bots. I'm going to do 2 shows next week, one on online events and one on in-person events, and how you can use bots for both. And thinking about how, like, like your bot when you were doing your show yesterday. If you haven't seen
Mhm.
Jason's show from yesterday, contentmakers.net, flip on over there and give it a shot, because he takes somebody step by step from here. Give me pictures of what you're doing, your room right now, and I will provide. I'll apply some of my experience and tell you how you can how you can look better in this
Mhm.
lighting scenario. And it was amazing. I halfway through the show, I was thinking to myself, maybe we need to start putting on that, because we've got on your show reminder, we've got two buttons: watch live, catch the replay.
Yep.
But we could also have a third button that says schedule a consult with Jason.
Okay. You just hit a button. I'm like, oh man, is there really? And I'm not doing this to be modest or whatever. Don't get it twisted. But it's unusual for me to think of someone finding value in that. I guess it's because to me the lighting and things like that are just kind of come natural. I'm thinking is, but whatever. It's you just saw me trying to digest what you just said.
Well, it's native to you, so you don't think it's special. Um, but let me tell
That's
you
good.
that there are so many things about lighting that I don't understand.
Hmm.
It's just, it doesn't, I don't get it. I don't get it. But the way that you presented it yesterday, with here's some real simple fixes that will help Aaron pop out from the background and, draw the attention. Backgrounds are great, people, but not when they draw the attention and you don't.
Right.
So Jason was giving this example where he walked Aaron Strayer through her setup and made some suggestions. I was absolutely sold on get a consult with Jason. I was, I mean, right there, it was like, now you've made me see the value up close and personal. I have always told you I need help. I need
Was
help
it
with this
the
situation, but
was it the I see you, Barbara. You're sweet. And I'm going to help you on your background. She has a specific request on the background. I'm going to do that. Um, was it because the relatability of, hey, I just saw someone's room in their home, and they can relate to that? Is that the element that I'm kind of missing, that everyone kind of connected with? What is your opinion on that?
the element that I'm connecting with, I can only speak for me, obviously, but here's the
Right.
element that I'm connecting with is that, okay, I could literally, I mean, in a bedroom, I mean, the spare bedroom, which is my office at the house,
Mm-hmm.
I've
Mm-hmm.
got photography lights on me. I bought them because they were on sale with the green screen that I grabbed at the same time off of Amazon. I
Right.
have no idea how I could spend thousands of dollars in this room and not have it look any better than it does now.
Mm,
I could do that. Or
sure.
I could say, Jason, can you give me a consult? Because
Gotcha.
because I'm way into this thing, and this live streaming thing isn't going to stop. So I want to look and sound as best as I possibly can. Who would know?
Mm-hmm.
Jason would know. So, like, making it easy for people by offering, you don't have to put schedule a consult with Jason on that button. You could do a find out more about my services, and then have it lead to a services page. You could do that instead.
So I mean, I'm down with the schedule with Jason. Um, I would definitely be willing to give it a try. I'm not trying to shoot that down. It's just foreign to me, I guess, to be completely blunt. You know what I mean?
Is it this? Does it make you feel like you're a douchey salesperson? Like you're
Yes.
trying to? Okay, there you go.
She pulled it out.
I grabbed it out of there because I heard that feeling. Um. Okay. Now, let me just give you my perspective on it.
Okay.
if you are if you're thinking to yourself, if you wander around the house thinking to yourself, I probably need some new jeans at some point.
Mm,
And then Gap sends you a postcard. Are you pissed?
no,
You're
no, I'm
like,
not. I get what you're saying.
I expressed to myself that I needed that, and now I've got an opportunity to take advantage of it. Boom. So what you're doing is you're not saying to everybody by putting a few words on a button, and it ain't even that
Mm,
many words. You are not
right.
saying to them, "Oh my God, you have to have what I have because time is running out in urgency, and nobody will ever like you, and you'll have to go eat worms unless you have my product." You're not saying
Mm,
that. You're
right.
expressing to people who've already expressed them, who already know they have a need.
Hmm.
You're like, I got an opportunity for you if you want to look at it. But if they never press the button, are you going to kick them out of the bot?
No.
Are you going to be over? Are you going to be pounding them on the head and saying in 24 hours, you
Mm,
didn't hit that button? Why didn't you hit that button? You must not be
right.
serious about what you're doing. You're not
Right.
committed unless you spend money with me.
Right. Yep.
You do
I understand what
that,
you're
and
saying.
you can't even be my friend anymore.
Right. Yep. I understand. Barbara says we need to talk. I would love to talk, Barbara.
And I see some beautiful things being said about you, your talents, your expertise, your value help make us look good. And honestly, I mean, I can entertain all day, but I want that extra edge.
Mm,
I do. And
right.
so if you're a person that helps provide that, you know what I mean, and you've made it super easy for me because I'm already getting your reminders.
Hmm.
Let's see. Barbara's doing her butterfly wings for us. Very good. That's like a Barbara sign. It's like the Barbara bat signal is butterfly wings. Um, let's see. Yeah, schedule a consult. That's what I need. Teresa says. Too bad I missed the live show. It was super great. Go catch the replay.
Had so much
It is a great
fun.
time.
Although I couldn't read the freaking comments. I was like, I mean, seriously,
Yeah,
my
you came away from that show thought you thinking you did a terrible job. I was writing you at the same time saying that was an effing outstanding show today. Did you get that message?
yeah, for some of you guys, sometimes I'll write it for the stream. I'll just to kind of decompress. I'll jump over on my group over there, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" Bombed. But it was funny. Um, but you know what? I need to say this: what what RJ just did and discussing with me, we've actually had this conversation kind of in a roundabout way before, and that's what I really appreciate when working with RJ, because that's the level of creativity and attention that she applies to her clients. You know, it is that creative direction in that thought process. And so, yeah, this is kind of deja vu, you know. But yeah, let's add that button on there.
Yes.
Um, and
Yes.
go about that. I have a question on. So, what do you think about? Can you apply a bot to an event?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I did an event, I'm wondering if I did an event that is boosted because you can boost events now, right, within your page.
Okay. You're talking about a Facebook event.
Yeah.
As long as the bot is tied to your page, if your page is holding the event,
Hmm.
yes. If your group is holding the event, nada. Nope.
Right. So, what do you think about if I did an event setup and my stream is going to be within the event post page, whatever? To because right now you can't boost that you're going live. So if I put out a be live post a week in advance, I can't boost that. I can't get to the people that are following the page to let them know, hey, this is coming. Would love to see you there. So I'm trying to figure out what element or what function can I use that Facebook would be okay with, and I'm not breaking the rules, that's saying, hey, this is going to be here, and attend if you're able to. Would that
Yeah.
work?
Well, that the boosting and stuff like that, that's more of a Kim's question. Because for me, I let her decide where to put those monies.
Right.
So that's there, but using a bot to promote, telling everybody, hey, I am having a special event. Do you want to hear more about this? When they hit yes, all the information and a link, a reason to join and a link to join. Perfect for getting people in there. A bot can definitely be used to boost your attendance and then boost engagement during the process, and then of course
Sure.
get
Yeah.
feedback afterward. But yeah,
Right.
as to whether that bad boy can be boosted, it depends. Facebook sometimes puts the weirdest rules on things, and then they just, a client and I were looking at some stuff this morning, and she's like, 3 days ago when I looked at this, it wasn't like this at all. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah. I like what Barbara just said.
Oh,
And Tish. Hey, Tish.
There we go. No accidents here. We're seeing a true business mastermind interaction live. Well, that's what always happens when Jason comes on screen. Very good.
So yeah, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.
You're going to see us tomorrow. We'll ping you a little bit early, probably, and
Okay.
we're gonna have a special surprise. Maybe even for you too, I think. And
I think you
it's
told
gonna
me
be
the
pretty awesome.
surprise.
And it's gonna work in with the kind of consults and stuff that you're doing now. So that's gonna be super great.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for having me on. I don't want to hijack the stream. I love talking with you. Good input. And yeah.
Very good. Well, y'all, it is 6 after the hour, so I better let y'all go so that you can do the things that you were, planning on doing today. Some of you I'll see at in about 5 hours. That's going to be a super cool thing. And some of you I will see tomorrow when we do Nerdy Girls. Until then, my friends, I will see you in a bot.